political icon of the year. Please, can you play the tape for the political icon of the year, the visual citation, please. Political icon of the year.
Senator Ahmed Lawan is a reputable politician and a worthy bridge builder whose footprints in parliamentary politics since 1999 is second to none. Lawan represents Yoruba in the National Assembly. He is President of the Senate of the Federal Republic with an enviable record as the longest serving member of the Nigerian National Assembly. As attested to by many people, Lawan speaks his mind without minding whose heart is God. In the Senate, he has taken actions that brought about reforms. First, as chairman of Public Accounts Committee of the Senate, he spearheaded the unearthing of major illegal deals and fraud in ministries, departments, and agencies. Lawan-led Senate passed the Deep Offshore and Inland Basin Production Sharing Contract Act 2004 Amendment Bill 2019. The passage of that bill at first earned the country over $500 million used by the executive in funding the 2020 budget. Currently, the country earns about $1.9 billion owing to the amendment of this bill. The Senate under Lawan passed the Petroleum Industry Bill, PIB, which stayed in the National Assembly for 20 years. The Ninth Senate also passed the Finance Bill, which has reformed the tax regime by amending several acts. A recent passage of the Electoral Amendment Bill against all daunting odds has made the Senate under Lawan the darling of many. All these were achieved because of Lawan's pragmatic approach to politics and the spirit of consensus. For his fearlessness, Senator Ahmed Lawan is the winner of the Sun Political Icon of the Year 2021.
I have the pleasure of calling on to do the presentation Ladies and gentlemen, I want to call on I have the pleasure of calling on to present the award. Please, a round of applause for Chief James Buhari. To do the presentation, please. Can I have the plaque, please? Where's the plaque?
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed my pleasure on behalf of the board, management and staff of the Sun Distribution Limited, I want to present this to you as a mark of honor for all you have done for Nigeria and I just think you have to do for the political icon of the year, and indeed deserve it. To Your Excellency, Senator Ahmed Lawan, Senior President, congratulations.
So we're going to do photography. I think we've done
His
that.
Excellency Ahmed Lawan, Senate President, is the winner of this award, Political Icon of the Year 2021. To God be the glory.
Okay, the Senate President will make his acceptance speech, please. Acceptance speech for the Senate President, please.
Your Excellency, the Governor of Lagos State, His Excellency Babajide Sanwo-Olu, my brother and friend, and congratulations for the critical multiple endorsements. Congratulations. Your Excellencies, the other governors of the various states who are here, very distinguished senators of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, honorable members of the House of Representatives, other distinguished ladies and gentlemen who are here, and also are participating in this award session virtually. Let me, on behalf of the 108 distinguished senators of the 9th Senate and 360 members of the 9th National House of Representatives, thank and appreciate the management and staff of the Sun newspapers for this very important and historic award. I am sure the award has been given to me because I've been in the legislature or the National Assembly for 2 decades and above. And that is to say that the legislature has been recognized at this stage. I am so happy and pleased and delighted that the Sun newspapers are able to sift through and see what the other arm of government, the legislature, is doing. Because more often than not, the legislature does not receive the kind of attention that it deserves from citizens, talk less of institutions. For us, in the 9th National Assembly, we believe that service to our fatherland, service to our people, service to the different senatorial districts and federal constituencies is paramount, and there is nothing more than that. Thank God for the last 3 years or so, less than 3 years because it will be 3 years by the 11th of June this year. But even before the 3 years, the 9th National Assembly has done tremendously well in the area of important, critical, and crucial legislations for national development. I am dedicating this award to previous presiding officers since Nigeria started as a democracy. Because whatever would have achieved in the 9th National Assembly, there must have been some foundation set and founded by others before we came on board. I therefore dedicate also this award to the previous presiding officers of the Senate and presiding officers of the House of Representatives. Let me say that I've learned a lot from one very outstanding presiding officer. And his name is Senator David Mark, who was Senate President for 2 terms, the 6th and the 7th Assemblies. And of course, the 13th President of the Senate, my brother and friend, who was here before he left, I worked with him as a Senate leader. He made his contributions too, like previous presidents of the Senate did. I therefore cannot take credit for just the 9th National Assembly. But the 9th National Assembly stands out in one way. It stands out in the way of conquering those most difficult legislations that defied passage, or where they were passed, defied assent by Mr. President.
Well done, sir.
Having said this, let me also pay tribute to President Ahmed Lawan, because for us in the 9th Assembly, if not because we had the buy-in of the President to ensure that the legislature assembly works very cordially with the executive arm of government, all the legislations wouldn't have been signed or assented to. And this president assented to more bills than all the previous presidents since the Fourth Republic started. Fact check. Therefore, we believe that the legislature and the executive arms of government must always work together. They can disagree, but not to debilitate, not to cause friction to such an extent that citizens will not receive the services from government. Finally, once again, I want to thank the founder of the Sun newspapers, who is the chief whip of the Federation. This chief whip does not spare anyone, even the Senate President. He whips everybody. Mr. Chief Whip, where is the Chief Whip? Mr. Chief Whip of the Federation, no, he's the only one. Any other Chief Whip lies behind him. We want to thank you for being a very progressively minded person, very practical person, very reliable person. You have brought experience, you have supported this 9th Senate to achieve stability, productivity, and the kind of relationship that we always like to see in the Parliament. For Nigerians, I want to see the cup as half full. The cup is half full, not half empty. I don't want to see it as half empty. Yes, we are faced with numerous challenges, but it is also true and it's an established fact that we have also achieved a lot in the last 7 years. Those that are challenges, we can surmount them when we unite and fight against them. Long live the Federal Republic of Nigeria, long live the Sun newspapers, and of course, long live, what's the other one? Long live, have so many senators here, including those who are on sabbatical on the other side of government, and therefore sometimes we get the wrong advice. But let me, on a very serious note, conclude by saying that you can see some governors who are standing behind me. The governor of Lagos State, maybe after 2027, and I would like to make a stay here. After 2027, maybe the road will lead you to Abuja. But we pray for you that you continue with good works that you have been doing in this state for the next 5 years. I say 5 years because we have 1 more year in your first tenure and 4 more years by the grace of God from 2003 to 2007, and we are very proud of you, Your Excellency, for what you have been doing in Lagos State. And our friend, Governor Ahmed Lawan is on loan from the progressive camp to the conservative. I don't know whether there are any conservative really. I missed the opportunity to talk to my friend, the 13th President of the Senate, Senator Bukola Saraki, who is running with Senator Bala Mohammed, both of them senators. And for me, it's instructive that the legislature in Nigeria is growing very fast. In 1999, when we came to the National Assembly, we didn't even have offices. No offices for us. Today, 22 years after, or 23 years after, the 2 major political parties are led by senators. In the APC, Chairman, Senator Abdullah Adam, Deputy Chairman, North, Senator Abubakar Kyari, National Secretary, Senator Omisheri. You go to the PDP, a presiding officer for that matter, Senator Owencha Ayu as the chairman, the secretary, Senator Chris Anyawu, who was in the A's Assembly. And in fact, today, you see a lot of National Assembly members providing services in different facets of our life. It means we are growing the legislature, and that is what we are supposed to do, because that is what moves our democracy. As a parliament, we know our weaknesses, but as a nation, don't allow the parliament to suffer, and we shouldn't allow anybody, no matter how highly placed, to denigrate the parliament. Because that is the sign of our liberty, that is the sign of our independence, and that is the sign of our democracy. Thank you very much, and have a good night.